Ever wondered how that bag of dried fruit can sit in your pantry for months, even years, and still be edible? Or how canned goods can last seemingly forever? Welcome to the world of long-term food preservation. Let's delve into some of the more common methods of food preservation, focusing on nutrient preservation, storage duration, and practicality. We'll be comparing pressure canning, hot bath canning, dehydration, and freeze drying. First up, pressure canning. This method uses pressure and heat to kill microorganisms that can cause food to spoil. Pressure canning is the only safe way to preserve low-acid foods such as vegetables, meats, and fish. Low-acid foods can cause botulism, a serious and potentially deadly foodborne illness. Pressure canning destroys the bacteria that cause botulism, so it's the only safe way to preserve these types of foods. All low-acidic foods such as vegetables, meats, and fish should be sterilized at temperatures of 240 degrees Fahrenheit to degrees Fahrenheit, which is attainable with pressure canners operated at 10 to 15 psig. At temperatures of 240 degrees Fahrenheit to 250 degrees Fahrenheit, the time needed to destroy bacteria ranges from 20 minutes to 100 minutes, depending on the kind of food being canned. It's a powerhouse when it comes to preserving nutrients, retaining up to 80% of the food's original nutritional value. When properly sealed, pressure canned goods can last an impressive 1 to 5 years. However, the process does involve bulky equipment and a certain level of skill, so it pays to do as much research as possible to understand everything involved. Also keep in mind that your elevation can come into play, so be sure to know what yours is. Next, we have hot bath canning, a method commonly used for acidic foods such as fruits, jams, and pickles. Acidic foods contain enough acid when heated to prevent the growth of bacteria that causes botulism. However, low acidic foods are not acidic enough to prevent the growth of these bacteria, thus they need to be pressure canned. While it's simpler and requires less specialized equipment than pressure canning, it preserves fewer nutrients, with about 50% retained. Storage duration is similar to pressure canning, ranging from 1 to 5 years. Hot bath canning is a practical choice for those who enjoy making homemade preserves or pickles. Now, let's turn our attention to dehydration. This process removes water from food, preventing bacteria and fungi from growing. Dehydration can preserve around 50 to 60% of nutrients. The storage duration varies depending on the type of food, but generally, dehydrated foods can last between 6 months to a year. It's a straightforward method requiring minimal equipment, making it a practical choice for many households. Last but not least, freeze drying. Home freeze dryers carry the highest upfront costs, but offer an excellent return on investment. Also, there are occasions when the units go on sale and 0% financing options may be available. This method freezes the food and then uses a vacuum to remove the ice crystals. Freeze drying is the champion of nutrient preservation, retaining up to 90% of the original nutritional value. Foods can be stored for an impressive 2 to 25 years, depending on the product. One thing to bear in mind is that a home freeze dryer running a full load for 24 to 30 hours will consume approximately $3 of electricity. Freeze drying is becoming increasingly popular due to its nutrient preservation and long storage duration. Also, freeze-dried products are lighter and easier to store than glass jars. Comparing dehydration and freeze drying, the latter takes significantly longer. While dehydration can be achieved in as little as a few hours, freeze drying requires a full day or more. Yet the benefits of superior nutrient preservation and longer storage duration with freeze drying may outweigh the longer processing time for some. What about raw packing meat for long-term storage? It's a practical method if you have a large quantity of meat to preserve, but it's crucial to use correct canning procedures to ensure safety. Always refer to the guide for your area, as it will account for your elevation and pressure. A properly sealed pressure-canned product can last up to 5 years, making it a worthwhile consideration. Another advantage to raw-packed meat is that it's ready to eat. It can be added to a dish near the end of cooking, since it need only be heated through. It's the perfect quick meal solution because you are in control of the additive levels such as sodium. In summary, each preservation method has its strengths and weaknesses. Pressure canning and hot bath canning are great for preserving a variety of foods, but require some experience and equipment. Dehydration is easy and practical, but doesn't preserve as many nutrients. Freeze drying offers excellent nutrient preservation and storage duration, but carries a higher upfront cost. Choosing the right method depends on your needs, resources, and the type of food you want to preserve. So, whether you're preparing for a camping trip or just want to make the most of your garden harvest, there's a food preservation method that's just right for you.